Good morning, good morning. How are we all doing? Hope you're all doing grand. Today, we are going to be talking about men need to start doing extreme things to find out who the fuck they are. Now, I've already ruined this video because YouTube is not going to like the fact that I swore within the first 3 minutes of this video. Guess what? I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for views. Don't get me wrong, I want people to see this video. I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing it for my own kind of benefit because I know for a fact that this is something that has extremely helped me recently. I went through 2023 like constantly working non-stop, and this is where I found my love for making videos. And it didn't start off like that. First, I was kind of just constantly doing something to try and make money. It was something that was constantly like on my mind, and especially with people like Andrew Tate and like Hamza and things like that, they started like popping up and proper focusing on the money aspect of things. So I started my first online Shopify business selling posters. It sounds pretty stupid, but it was kind of just something to do. So I started working really hard on that. I didn't really sell many, to be fair, and then I was like, right, I need to be doing something else. And so everyone was talking about trading, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna trade. And so I started doing a little bit of that as well, and to be fair, I did make a pretty decent amount of money off of that. And then I just kind of snowballed into making videos. And I know it sounds like really stupid, but like I started going to the gym, and I was like, do you know what, I think that I'm gonna start posting videos. And one of my videos got 600k views, which is kind of insane, and it's still kind of growing, and I haven't posted on that profile for probably about a year, maybe even 2. And it's pretty funny because I would have never thought that that would have happened to me. And then I was like, do you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do YouTube. And don't get me wrong, I haven't got like majorly far, but I find it way more beautiful now because I'm doing it like I'm telling a younger brother, you know what I mean? And if I didn't go through that extreme phase of working non-stop, then I wouldn't have found like my love for literally anything. I knew that when I first started making the videos, I was kind of just a bit awkward. I was kind of like, do you know what, this, maybe that. And it was more of like the self-improvement ones, like where I show my face, like the talking face ones. If you have been here since day one, then you know exactly what I'm on about. And they were like kind of cringy, I would say. Like I was looking back on it and it's just kind of cringe, do you know what I mean? But you have to fucking start somewhere. And I had that momentum of going from extreme to like, well, to nothing to extreme. And again, because I had that momentum, it was kind of just nice to have this belief in myself, because everything that I kind of set my mind to, I was doing. And I don't know till this day where I got that mindset from. Maybe it was from the people like Andrew and people like that. It was just a good kind of space to be around because everybody was preaching the fact of hard work. And maybe it was that. But I would extremely advise people to go to the extreme to find out something that you really want to do. And I think that you'll find the fact that you won't actually, like you won't do something for money. You'll find something like a hobby that you don't want to do for money. You kind of just want to like either help people or entertain people, or there's probably another couple of things like out there when you want to provide like a service to help people pretty much. And I think that is the best way. That is the nicest way to kind of make money, because you'll feel fulfilled after it, instead of just trying to make money out of nothing that you don't enjoy. So again, the first thing that I'd really recommend, and I have said it before, is work until you feel extremely overwhelmed. And I know that this is going to like stir up some shit. People are going to disagree with me. I suggest working really hard for something like 1 year. And the reason that I say this is that you'll really find who you are, like work-wise. For example, I feel like I'm a worker that likes to get things done efficiently rather than working all the time. So I'll try and find the quickest way to do something rather than spending hours and hours and hours on something. And I would not have found that out until I started working extremely hard, because when I was working extremely hard, I figured out that I was getting extremely stressed, and all of my like things outside of work were faulting. They were starting to really die, almost, like my relationship, my family relationship, my friendships, like anything else, and like the hobbies and that I used to have were just completely dying. They were literally just going, and I was just sat there working because I was so stressed over the work that I was doing, pretty much. And I wouldn't have found that out if I didn't completely feel overwhelmed, and I'm forever grateful for like the people staying with me. They did, even though I was constantly like, nah, I can't come out, sorry, I'm working, pretty much. And then what I found out is that I can go from wherever I want. So if you find yourself wanting to work constantly, then do something like stocks and shares, or like that almost requires like all of your attention. And if you find that you don't really want to be like, I know that the human brain is constantly like taking the easiest path, but some people are just wired different. At the end of the day, they are wired to be constantly doing something, and it creates discipline, and you have to be disciplined to do that. Don't get me wrong, there are people like that, but I think the majority of people find the easiest path, pretty much. And that's why I settled on YouTube videos. I don't do much for YouTube videos. I play a game, don't get me wrong, and that's something that I wouldn't even consider being part of the video, but I record it, play it, and just go from there. And then I script the whole video and then talk into a mic, pretty much. And that's where I found my perfect kind of balance, where being effective, I'm making content, and I'm helping people. You know what I mean? It's all about figuring out what kind of person that you are and what you enjoy doing. I went through a bit of a phase where I was constantly, I just, like from the end of 2023, 2024, and maybe even like half of 2025, where I was just snowballing. I didn't know what the fuck to do. Like, I was just completely out of control. I was just down for the whole like 1.5 years because I just didn't know what to do. So, but that was because I was trying to be the person that I wasn't at the end of the day, instead of having a bit of fun, but also working hard about the things that I am doing. Do you know what I mean? And you can go also like this extreme on other ways. Like, I'm not just saying on work. What I am saying is you can go extreme on, like, say if your friends, like people that you may not even know like that well. Don't get me wrong, if it's going to be dangerous, then don't do it. But if a couple of friends say, do you know what, fuck it, should we go out for like a lad's holiday or whatever the case is, then fucking do it. Do it something like skiing or something like that, snowboarding, and you've never done it before, then go and do it, because it will create character and you might really enjoy it, and you might want to do it in the future. And again, it's something that you can put, if you were watching my last video that I done, and it was how to get a girlfriend and things like that, and this is something that will create character, and you can post on your story and whatever, and it creates stories for you to do, pretty much, and you might become obsessed with it. And honestly, just try as many, or go on as many kind of experiences that you possibly can, whether it's sport or anything like that. And after that, you might realize that that's the thing that you want to make YouTube videos on. It might be the thing you like, either skiing or snowboarding, and then after that, it's a win because you finally found what you want to do. And yes, I just honestly go stupid with it. Like, this is something that I really wish that I'd done when I was younger, and that is just to fucking go out and do shit. Like, literally go outside and do shit. Or even if it's like you're playing a game, fucking record it with your mates and make a fun tash out of it. Just do something like that. But if you if I recommend anything, I would recommend to go outside and do something. For example, mountain biking, doing a sport, football, whatever the fuck it is. Go on as many trips as you can if you can afford it, and then you might eventually want to make videos and you'll be good at it and safe and sound. There you go. You making money from it, or just enjoying showing people what you do. Do you know what I mean? I think sport's just a number one thing that you can do, because again, it'd just be so nice for you to experience things, because people do not experience many things anymore. They just sit inside and fucking doom scroll. And I think doing the extreme of everything will make you realize who you are and the people that you want to hang around with. And I know I said this before, but sport is the easiest way to find friends, because you know what they are interested in, so you talk about that. And saying yes to almost everything will create experiences like you have never had before. And you'll find friends that you've never had before, because you'll realize that maybe these people ain't for you, maybe these people are at the end of the day. And you'll find so many people that are interested in the same thing as you. And I think that creates such a bond that is, don't get me wrong, there's obviously going to be people that are not the greatest, like people that want to constantly go out drinking, and I wouldn't recommend them type of people. But mostly people who are like disciplined in sports, I'd say they are the people that I'd want to hang around with and who I'd suggest to hang around with. And again, just go extreme on everything, like sports, work, experiences, fun, and I promise you, you will start to enjoy life much more and find out who the fuck you really are. But that is it for the video. I really enjoyed making this one, because many people don't really say it how I say it, if you know what I mean. I think this is very different. I think this is something that I'd tell myself when I was younger, although my younger self probably, I don't think, would really listen, and he'd be too scared to. But again, I've already got a video on the fear of failing and how to overcome it. So thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you later.